Alright, this is the Shiawassee Gunner, and today I have some trigger parts for my new AR build that I'm working on. Now this is just a regular old mil-spec trigger, okay? And, you know, this is going to be a hunting one, and I haven't decided whether I want to keep with the mil-spec or move into some kind of aftermarket option. But one thing I'm going to try doing is doing a basic trigger job on the trigger. As you can see, it does kind of come polished from factory. This is a Palmetto State Arms lower parts kit, but I mean, I doubt it'll show up. Let's see here. No. There's always machining marks on them. And in the case of the hammer here, you can see there's some crud there. That's not, it's almost like some oxidization, and a couple other pieces on it look a little rough. So the main purpose of this is just, it's not going to lighten the trigger pull. It's just going to get rid of some of the grit and you know, stuff like that to make it a little better feeling. I mean, it's not going to probably be, you know, record breaking or anything like that, but just to help with the overall feel. So what I'm going to do is start with some 600 grit sandpaper. Then I will move on to some 1000 grit after I get a good base down. And you don't want to take off any of the sharp edge or the corners, and you don't actually want to remove metal. All you want to do is remove the machining marks and make it as smooth as possible and polished. That'll help get rid of some of the grit and just give you a little bit better feeling trigger for, you know, a stock part. So what helps is, here, got a block here, so you got a nice hard surface, and you find an edge and you just kind of work at it. You know, you don't want to just go all willy-nilly in like 8 different directions. So, I mean, it's not going to show on the camera, but already it's starting to get some of them off. And I will continue to do more on that. So what you want to do is do this point on the top here, and this point. Oops. You can see now this piece sits there and rides on the top. It'll lock in, and when you pull the trigger, it'll pull down. So you want to just kind of get, you know, a good finish on the hammer and all these surfaces that are naturally shiny. So, I mean, that's the idea. I don't think you want to sit here and watch me do this the entire time, but I will do it and I'll be right back. Okay, now I have done some of the main surfaces here with the 600 grit, and it's probably hard to tell, but it is a noticeable improvement as far as the overall finish, final finish on it. Said I gotta do the 1000 grit yet, and that'll help finish it up. But yeah, definitely don't want to round out anything, because that will affect the reliability of the trigger. So yeah, like I said, not taking away metal, just polishing the existing surfaces. This one, as you can see on the hammer here, that helped out a lot. You know, like I said, it had kind of some grit there, and it was almost looked like it was kind of partially rusted. I mean, they pack them in this grease, but it was pretty nasty. Got to do a little bit more here in the inside of the hammer, but other than that, I'll move to the 1000 grit, and it'll be done. Alright, I'm back, and I basically have this wrapped up. So you can see there, you got rid of a lot of the grit. So when this sits in the trigger housing here, It should take care of a lot of the... See, and when you're going over that surface here, you know, that's where you get your grit. So if you can have it smooth, definitely will help out just in the overall feeling of it. So yeah, that's basically it. Another tip that you probably could use is, that I forgot to mention, is to try to run in long vertical lines, but being consistent, so that way you get a better overall finish at the end. I mean, if you go real quick, you know, like this, it's not going to probably end up the best. So yeah, you end up having, you know, just a bunch of long stretches, and then yeah, this, I think each of these sheets I probably don't have more than like $1.50 into. The 1000 grit costs a little bit more, but you can use this for a lot of different things. So it's another good thing to have. So I guess now it's time for me to go ahead and try to get this lower put together, and I'll feel a difference. Hopefully. Got another one to compare to in the end, but you know, like I said, still haven't decided if I'm gonna go ahead and add an aftermarket or not, but figure on this one I'd give it a try. So see if I can make it feel a little better. But alright, thanks for watching. Alright, we're back. Got the trigger installed. So it doesn't make it feel any lighter, but it does take care of any grittiness. So still heavy, but it does get rid of all the grittiness and makes it feel fairly nice for a stock trigger. So, alright, thanks for watching.